The Labour Party is in trouble again as Suella Braverman has exposed a secret Labour meeting with Just Stop Oil. This could get very, very juicy, this whole saga. This is about one of the senior Labour figures, Jess Morden, who is very close to Keir Starmer. Her links, the Labour Party's links, with Just Stop Oil. Now, obviously, we've already exposed other connections between the two sides, including the donors and the funders of Just Stop Oil, who are also funding the Labour Party. But Jess apparently has been having some secret meetings, or wanting to have, planning to have secret meetings with the JSO activists, and the Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, who has uncovered this. She decided to write an official and public letter to address this issue and saying, well, we consider Just Stop Oil as an extremist group, and any extremist and radical organization directly dealing with a legitimate political party is questionable. So they are going around terrorizing the country, and potentially you have Labour politicians meeting with them to find out about their demands and to reassure them that the Labour government will implement whatever they say. Is this really how democracy should work? A vested interest and with a little bit of pressure from bullies, you just change your tune? It's embarrassing. Now let's read this letter that Suella wrote to Keir Starmer, saying, "Dear Sir Keir, the eco-protesters Just Stop Oil have spent the last 18 months preventing people from getting to work, stopping ambulances, getting to hospitals, and spoiling the sporting enjoyment of thousands. As opposition leader, you claim to condemn Just Stop Oil, describing them as riddled with arrogance, and saying that you cannot wait for them to stop. Your shadow chancellor, Rachel Reeves, said that she had no time for JSO. You stated last month that the modern Labour Party doesn't bow to fringe lobbies or extremists. Yet, we now learn that even as you spoke those words, one of your most senior advisors was in secret talks with Just Stop Oil. According to leaked internal JSO messages, Jess Morden MP, your parliamentary private secretary, approached JSO and Extinction Rebellion for a chat in an attempt to sell them on how Labour is still driven by the environmental issues. Jess Morden asked to set up a further meeting. She certainly appears to have time for Just Stop Oil. I am in one sense surprised by this remarkable act of bad faith. In another sense, however, saying one thing one day and doing the exact opposite the next day is typical behaviour for you and Labour, including with your own flip-flopping on support for Jeremy Corbyn and Brexit. As JSO's own spokeswoman, Emma Brown, has stated, Labour's energy policy to ban the new North Sea oil and gas is exactly what we are demanding. Labour has opposed every new power that we have enacted to minimise the disruption that Just Stop Oil and their kind can cause to ordinary people's lives. This is brilliant. And she also continues by saying, for the sake of the country's energy security, for the sake of the thousands of jobs which will be destroyed by your North Sea policy, and above all, to show that the anti-democratic wreckers cannot dictate to democratic politicians, I appeal to you now to stop, in your own words, by bowing to fringe lobbies and extremists. I appeal to you to behave in the same way both in public and in private. That must mean sacking Jess Morden MP and all your other front benchers such as Ed Miliband MP and Kerry McCarthy MP who have expressed sympathy with JSO or Extinction Rebellion. It must mean abandoning your ruinous plans to end new oil and gas licenses and supporting our measures to stop JSO street blockers. And it must mean ordering all office holders in your party, including your government in Wales, to end contact with the extremist groups. I look forward to hearing from you, though perhaps more in hope than in anticipation. It is increasingly clear to me and to the country that Labour government or Labour Party under your leadership has become the political wing of Just Stop Oil. Yours sincerely, Suella Braverman. Now, obviously, we should not really expect a reply or an actual real response. But I think what we're going to have, Keir Starmer is going to write a quick letter, very short, very sassy, and just completely dismiss everything that Suella said in that letter. So because this letter is now very public, everyone's talking about it even today in the mainstream media. So Starmer has to say something, but he's not going to say anything meaningful. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.